In today's video, we're going to be talking about Cedric Coward, maybe the biggest riser in the entire draft class. Cedric Coward started his college career at a D3 school in Oregon, then transferred to Eastern Washington where he would play there for 2 years, then followed his head coach to Washington State. He only played 6 games before injuring his shoulder in practice, which kept him out the entire season. But in those 6 games, Cedric Coward put up some great numbers. He averaged 18 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1.7 blocks. He shot 56% from the field, 40% from 3 on 5 attempts per game, 84% from the line, and had a 70% true shooting percentage. Also, some other advanced stats: he averaged .210 win shares per 40, also a 9.3 BPM. Now for the strengths in Cedric Coward's game. The first one I'm going to start off with is his shooting ability. He made 39% of his threes while playing D1. Most of his attempts are catch and shoot threes, which will probably be a lot of his attempts in the NBA as well. Cedric Coward has a really good form and balance on his shot. He has been an efficient shooter from 3 and from the free throw line at every stop he's been at in Division I. I believe his shot will translate into the NBA because he took a lot of catch and shoot shots, and that will be majority of the shots he takes in the NBA. He's always been a good free throw shooter and 3-point shooter, like I just said. So I think there's a lot of evidence that backs up his ability to shoot the basketball at a high level. The next strength in Cedric Coward's game is his defense. He's one of the best defenders in this class in my opinion. His ability to use his long arms, long hands, and be very active as a defender helped him be able to almost average 2 blocks and almost 1 steal per game. Also, he had a high win share per 40 in those 6 games he played at Washington State. Obviously, it's a small sample size, but he also was a really good defender at Eastern Washington. He's a very versatile defender as well. He's able to guard multiple positions and switch a lot. But now for the questions in Cedric Coward's game. The first one that comes to mind is his shot creation. He did show flashes in the mid-range, scoring off of step backs and getting to his spot, but his inability to handle the ball really limits his self-creation. But at the end of the day, he doesn't really need to create for himself. He's probably just going to be a 3-and-D guy, and which is fine because those guys are really valuable in the league. But there is some flashes and some glimpses of hope that he can create for himself consistently in the NBA, but I just don't think that's likely going to happen. Now moving on to the next question mark in Cedric Coward's game, and that is the competition level and the experience. Obviously, D3 isn't the highest level of competition. Mid-major, we've seen mid-major guys like Ja Morant or Damian Lillard become really high-level players in the league, and obviously Steph Curry. But at the end of the day, we've also seen guys get overwhelmed by the length and athleticism of the NBA. So that's definitely something you have to keep an eye on and definitely worry about. But at the end of the day, you don't see many wings that have the ability to shoot like him and have the measurables and have the feel and touch like he does. But now on to the player comp for Cedric Coward. I think the ceiling is pretty high for him. I think the ceiling would be Kawhi Leonard light. Obviously not the guy that's going to lead you to a championship scoring, 28 or whatever, how many points he averaged, but more of a guy that averages 18 or 16 points per game. That's one of the best defenders in the league and shooting 40% from 3. For the floor, I would say Reggie Bullock, just a solid pro, good defender, good shooter, good length, and was in the league for a long time. But the player in between the ceiling and the floor, for me, is Aaron Nesmith. The most probable outcome for Cedric Coward is a high-level 3-and-D player that can be a starter on a championship contender. All in all, Cedric Coward has skyrocketed up big boards during the draft process. He has all the tools to be a great 3-and-D player in the league, in my opinion. That's all I got for today's video. Thank you for listening. Now on to the highlights.
Backdoor cut, Coward. Strong takes from Habib. Coward off the pump, mid-range shot.
1 of 9 from 3.
Coward trying to answer. Eastern Washington. Eric struck. Back to Coward. 6 on the timer. Off the fake, contested 3-ball rattles in.
David Riley expressing that same thing, and there's
Christian Davis, an impressive player. They call him CD, but he's stepping up now.
There's Coward with it. There's Coward catch.
Washington State is a very good offensive team, and they're giving him multiple opportunities.
Coward again. Coward finding room on the baseline. May have gotten away with a little. Wow, so much stronger. Spins again, and this time Washington State. Price out to Coward. That's
outstanding player for the Zags, now coaching in the Australian League.
Coward.
Oh, that's nice.
13 points per game, 52% from downtown. Coward slashing.
4 points, and the team won easily.
Well, yeah, just shows the versatility of this team. When you talk about obviously playing with a trio of former teammates, definitely helps his Coward
offensively, and there's no question he's done that tonight.
I think he heard you.
Yeah.
As he unloads for three again. Puts it in. Coward brings it up. Looking to power his way down low again. Oh, the spin, maneuver.
In the final 3 minutes.
Which led to a couple turnovers in those final couple minutes.
No doubt.
Coward on the drive, takes it right in. Coward turns the corner, stops on a dime.
That's a pro move.